Gohan was my favorite character in anime for most of my life. He even inspired the name of my YouTube channel, Potential Unleashed, based off him getting his potential unlocked by the Elder Kai before his fight against Buu. In the trailers for the new movie Dragon Ball Super Superhero, is being portrayed that Gohan will have a major role in the movie and potentially even be the main character once again. As a Gohan fan, this is refreshing seeing him once again get a major role. But Gohan is probably the most controversial character in this series because of how he was handled from being the strongest to becoming weak and back to being strong. So today we're going to talk about Gohan's character as a whole, including his strength, writing, highs, lows, etc. If you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about Gohan's character. Out of all the main Saiyans that were the primary focus of Dragon Ball Z, I think Gohan is the perfect balance. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, I'm referring to Vegeta, Goku, Future Trunks, and Gohan. I think Gohan is kind of like Goku. An example of this is him talking to Cell saying he didn't want to kill him. I think he's a badass like Future Trunks. There's Gohan versus Cell and other moments in the series that he displayed how much of a badass he can be. And then he talks cash money crap like Vegeta, especially in his fight against Buu when he went up to him and said, "Fight you? No, I want to kill you." That's one of the coldest lines I've ever heard. I think for me personally, the moment I realized Gohan was my favorite character was when he went up against Frieza on Namek. The scene when Krillin got stabbed by Frieza's horn and then Gohan got upset. He told Frieza to move and he didn't move. Then Gohan went ballistic, which is pounding him into the ground and hit him with a Maseko, where and that moment he ended up surpassing Vegeta and he was the strongest fighter at that time. And Gohan, I think he's an interesting character in the fact that he wanted to be a scholar, but he ended up having to be a fighter because of the different situations that happened. He had no fighting experience, and then he ended up training with Piccolo because we saw the latent ability he had within him. During the Saiyan saga, Gohan was scared, running away from the fight, where he ended up going against Vegeta. He went to Namek, we saw what he did against Frieza, and then during the Android saga, we saw what he did against Cell. And this is probably when Gohan became a lot of people's favorite character. Whenever he was displayed to be stronger than Goku, Goku went up to him saying, "Hey, are you gauging our powers based off of your own strength?" And how he went Super Saiyan 2, I think it's better than Goku going Super Saiyan on Namek. Gohan going Super Saiyan 2, maybe it's because I have a little bit of bias because he's my favorite character, but that moment just hit a little bit more. And then there's also him going the Great Saiyan Man. This is when Dragon Ball took the direction of potentially making Gohan the main character. And could it have happened? I don't know. Personally, I kind of enjoyed the Great Saiyan Man part. It was cool. A little bit cringe at times, but I enjoyed it because it reminded me of a little bit of slice of life and kind of like OG Dragon Ball. And then Gohan, we got to learn a little bit more about his character and him coming out of his own. And I think in my personal favorite moment from him has to come from him transforming Super Saiyan 2 in the Tournament of Power. I liked it more than him transforming against Cell. And I think that fight that he had against Dabura, the Demon King, when he was Super Saiyan, I think that was an underrated fight. And Vegeta, he talked to Gohan about his Saiyan pride and making them look bad, because in the fight against Dabura, Gohan wasn't losing, but he also didn't have the upper hand. Granted, Gohan was holding back. He wasn't Super Saiyan 2, but we don't know for sure if Dabura was going all out. And the fact that Gohan, after the Cell saga, he ended up resting. He ended up not taking it seriously or his training seriously because of times of peace. And people didn't like the fact that he became weak. Well, he didn't necessarily become weak, but he was weaker than what he was when he fought against Cell. And then after getting defeated by Majin Buu, he had the Z-Sword training. Then he came back and ended up hitting and destroying Buu until, he ended up swallowing Gotenks and fusing with him. And personally, this version of Gohan, Mystic Gohan fighting against Buu, or Ultimate Gohan, that's my personal favorite Gohan. But when it comes to fighting, people say that he doesn't want to fight based off of him and his dialogue against Cell, saying that he doesn't want to kill him and saying that he doesn't like to fight. But I think that's not necessarily true. I just think he doesn't like to fight like his father. Goku like breathes battling, right? Gohan, he does it because he has to. And there was a scene in Dragon Ball Super, I believe, I don't know if he was fighting or Majin Buu was fighting, but he says something along the lines of he was enjoying the fight. Maybe that's his Saiyan instincts speaking to him, but he was enjoying what was going on. And there's also displayed times when Gohan, he would stop studying to train, especially in Dragon Ball Z, and it displayed that he was willing and wanting to train, and he would be begging Chi-Chi to allow him to train. But he doesn't have to be the strongest, in my opinion. I'm fine with Gohan not necessarily being as strong as Goku, as strong as Vegeta. I just don't like the fact that sometimes he gets taken out of the limelight and he gets pushed to the back like an NPC. I just don't want him to be weak, and I want him to go against decently strong opponents. His potential is unlike any we've seen before. There's been times where people have compared him to Broly, saying who has more potential, because we saw with Broly in just an hour and 45-minute movie, he ended up competing against Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And I think Gohan, the comparison I want to use, he's like an athlete with insane talent, but he doesn't necessarily take the sport seriously. He could have went pro, but he's more of like an intramural sports type person. And Vegeta, he says that Gohan has the most potential out of all of them. He just doesn't train, which is a little bit frustrating. Because when you look at him in Dragon Ball Super, there was a little bit of a glimpse of what could have been Gohan Ultimate versus Golden Frieza, and I think it was a pretty interesting fight. I would love to see what would have happened if they actually went the distance. But remember that scene in Resurrection F when Gohan could only go Super Saiyan? Frieza one-shotted him. I personally thought it would have been dope for Ultimate Gohan to push Frieza to go into his final form, and then he was beating him and Frieza transformed into Golden Frieza and it was too much for Gohan. I think that would have been the better route, but hey, it is what it is. But Gohan as a character in this arc, I feel like before Resurrection F, he didn't necessarily have a reason to fight. I think he just did it because he had to and the world was in danger. And Goku and Vegeta, their reason for fighting is differently. They love battle and they have Saiyan pride. As we see in the new chapter, after seeing Bardock go against Gas, they found out what Saiyan pride truly is. And Gohan, like I said, he would only fight when the world is in danger. And I believe him getting beat by Frieza and Goku and Vegeta not being on the planet, I think it allowed Gohan to see that, okay, well, Goku and Vegeta aren't always going to be here. They could be dead. They could be off-world. And I have to fight. I had to get stronger in order to protect those I love in Videl and Pan. So I think he finally has a reason to get stronger and stay strong. Then we got the scene of Piccolo training him, teaching him how to become a warrior, and then he unlocked the power that he had against Buu, and he even transcended that, where we learned that his weakness comes from him being overconfident and that he's a little bit cocky, as displayed in his fights against Cell, against Buu, and Piccolo even exploited that, where, I mean, even though this is a flaw, I will say Vegeta does this too, so we're not just nitpicking here. If you look at his strength, I put him on the level of Golden Frieza. In terms of mortals, the only people that are stronger than him probably are Jiren, Broly, Granola, Gas, Moro, Goku, Vegeta, Toppo. And I'd say he's probably around the level of Frieza and Hit. Gohan, out of all those people, he's a top 10 strongest mortal in the entire universe, and multiple universes are included as well. He's on the lower end, but top 10 is still impressive. And he's way stronger than what Goku and Vegeta were at his age. Gohan, I believe he's 23 in Super. I'm not sure. I think he's probably like 27 or 28 in the upcoming superhero movie. But like I said, Goku and Vegeta were nowhere near on Gohan's level at that age, so people are giving him a lot of hate. And one thing that I didn't like about the Tournament of Power, even though it was a great arc, was that the anime, he had some great moments. That punch that he had against the Namekians. That was one of the coldest punches and coldest moves I've ever seen Gohan do. You know, his fight against Dispo. Gohan displayed some impressive moments in the anime, but in the manga, I feel like they did him even more justice, even though he had less time. In the manga, Gohan, he knocked Kefla off of the stage. They double KO'd. But Kefla in the manga, well, Kale especially, she displayed that she was even stronger in my opinion, because she knocked Toppo and Vegeta. They almost got knocked off of the edge because of her. And Jiren and Goku, they showed interest and showed concern that Kale would be a problem for them. And then Khalifa and Kale, they combine. We know when Saiyans or fusions in general combine, their powers are multiplied instead of added together. And so they had the battle instincts of Khalifa and the overwhelming power of Kale, who's probably, well, not probably, she is that Universe's 6 Broly. So Gohan took her on, displaying that he's strong. And in the moral arc, Piccolo, he stated that Gohan was the strongest warrior that Earth had to offer besides Goku and Vegeta. People look at him and get upset because of his wasted potential. I don't necessarily have a problem with him being a scholar, but at the same time, he acts like that's all he has to do, and seeing his potential wasted, it kind of sucks. Him being the main character in different points, I didn't have a problem. I enjoyed the BoJack movie. I enjoyed Broly's Second Coming, the Buu Saga, which was Gohan at the focus. I enjoyed, so I don't have a problem with him being in the limelight. And in this movie, Superhero, it looks like Gohan is the focus, because I believe Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, they're on Beerus' planet, at least what we see from the trailer. And so it looks like Gohan has continued his training. And I saw a post that it said that Gohan will be the strongest or achieve a form that is the strongest he's ever been. So it looks like Gohan is going to power up in this movie, and I cannot wait. In the trailer, it displayed he can go Super Saiyan 2, and his ultimate, and he may even go beyond that. In terms of writing, I think Gohan is top 3. Future Trunks is up there, Vegeta's up there, and I think Gohan's right up there along with him. He's one of the most loved characters in Dragon Ball and in anime in general. But people, they don't dislike him, but they know that he can do more because we've seen him and what the potential he has. Overall, Gohan is a fantastic character. We love him. We love what he did in Z. We just wish that he did more in Super, and maybe that's the direction we're going. Maybe he's finally about to step up, get a new form, and be more in the limelight and not necessarily be an NPC. But let me know if you guys think Gohan will have a resurgence in the Dragon Ball superhero movie. I cannot wait for it to come out. I believe it's supposed to come out worldwide in August, so I'm going to go see it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.